Have you ever wondered if the choices you make in your 60s and 70s could determine how long and well you live? As we age, every decision counts even more, from how we handle our health to the way we manage relationships and finances. In this video, we're diving deep into 23 essential pieces of advice for living a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. These aren't just ordinary tips. These are the very habits that could be holding you back from enjoying your golden years to the fullest. If you want to avoid common pitfalls that lead to regret, health issues, or unnecessary stress, you need to stick around until the end. By understanding how small actions can make a big impact, you will discover the secrets to staying vibrant, independent, and financially secure. Whether you're approaching retirement or already living it, this is a guide that could transform the way you view aging. So, don't miss out on this vital information. Watch until the very end and give yourself the chance to enjoy a life of wisdom, peace, and happiness. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. First, don't go see fortune tellers. There's an old saying that resonates deeply: 1/3 destiny, 7/3 effort. This powerful wisdom reminds us that while a small part of life may be shaped by fate, the vast majority of our future is molded by our own hands, through the choices we make and the effort we put into living each day. Fortune telling, with its vague promises and predictions, can often feel like a shortcut to understanding the unknown, but it's important to realize that it offers little more than fleeting comfort. Instead of spending precious time and hard-earned money on these uncertain practices, especially in our later years, we should focus on something much more valuable: our health, our mindset, and how we choose to live each day. As we grow older, it's all too common to feel a creeping sense of uncertainty. We worry about our health. We question how much time we have left. And these fears can make us vulnerable to seeking solace in places like fortune tellers, hoping for answers and peace of mind. But the truth is, genuine peace doesn't come from someone else's predictions. It comes from within, from how we take care of ourselves. Good health, a clear mind, and true contentment aren't handed down by fate. They are earned through a life well lived. Eating nourishing food, staying active, and keeping a calm, joyful spirit are the real keys to a long, happy life. And perhaps even more importantly, living with purpose, having meaningful work or passions, gives life a sense of direction that no fortune teller can provide. Building and nurturing relationships, whether with family, friends, or our community, creates a support system far more reliable than any horoscope. This is what truly brings peace, stability, and happiness in the years when we need it most. Relying on predictions of what might be can make us miss the beauty and potential of what is right in front of us. Every moment is an opportunity to live fully, and that is where true fortune lies. Second, don't overwork. Health is undeniably the most precious asset we possess, and as we age, it becomes even more vital to protect it. For the elderly, this truth takes on even greater significance. Our bodies, no longer as resilient as they once were, can quickly succumb to fatigue, aches, and pains. As we grow older, from the ages of 65 to 75, our ability to bounce back from physical exertion diminishes, making overworking an even greater risk. Continuing to push ourselves as though we are still in our prime can lead to serious, even life-threatening health issues. Far too often, I've seen elderly people maintain the same intense work habits they had in their youth, convinced that they can still handle it all. But this is a dangerous misconception. Our bodies change with age, and while our spirit may still be strong, our physical endurance isn't what it once was. Overworking leads to more than just exhaustion. It opens the door to illnesses that can steal our precious remaining years. Cardiovascular problems, weakened bones, joint pain, or even strokes are common consequences of ignoring the body's need for rest and recovery. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. We have to understand that it's not a sign of weakness to slow down. It's a sign of wisdom. It's so important to recognize our limits and honor them. Instead of pushing ourselves to the breaking point, we should focus on gentler, more balanced activities that nourish our bodies without causing harm. Light exercise, regular stretching, and mindful movement can keep us healthy without putting unnecessary strain on our aging bodies. Finding the right balance between rest and work is the key to not only living longer, but also living with joy and vitality during this chapter of life. At this stage, health should be our top priority. After all, what good is wealth, success, or achievement if we don't have the health to enjoy it? By taking care of ourselves and listening to our bodies, we can ensure that the years ahead are not just about survival, but about thriving in every sense of the word. We owe it to ourselves and our loved ones to preserve our health and embrace a lifestyle that supports our well-being. Third, accumulate assets for old age life. As we grow older, our ability to earn a steady income gradually diminishes. The days of regular paychecks become a thing of the past, and we increasingly rely on stable income sources like pensions, retirement savings, or investments. Money at this stage isn't just about affording the basics. It's about ensuring safety, independence, and peace of mind. Having a financial cushion is vital, especially as we confront the unique challenges that come with aging. Health, as we all know, doesn't remain constant forever. As our bodies weaken, medical costs tend to rise. From regular doctor visits and medications to more specialized care and support services, the expenses can quickly add up. Without adequate financial resources, many elderly individuals may find themselves unable to afford the care they desperately need. This lack of financial security often leads to overwhelming stress, constant worry, and even feelings of abandonment when they can no longer provide for their well-being. It's heartbreaking to think that after a lifetime of hard work, anyone should have to fear not being able to access the health care they deserve. Moreover, financial independence in old age is crucial for maintaining dignity. It allows us to avoid becoming a burden on our children or family members, which can sometimes lead to conflicts or strained relationships. No parent wants to feel like they are a financial weight on their loved ones, and no child wants to be put in the difficult position of having to juggle their financial responsibilities while caring for their aging parents. By having our resources, we not only reduce the risk of family tensions, but also ensure that we can make our own decisions, live freely, and enjoy the autonomy we've worked so hard to achieve. The importance of accumulating assets as we age cannot be overstated. It's not just about surviving. It's about thriving with peace of mind, knowing that we have the means to face whatever challenges life throws our way. Elderly individuals should start planning early, saving diligently, and investing wisely. Limiting unnecessary expenses and making thoughtful financial decisions can make all the difference in creating a future where we don't just get by but truly enjoy the years ahead. After all, isn't that what we all deserve after a lifetime of hard work? To age with grace, dignity, and the confidence that we've done everything in our power to secure a comfortable and fulfilling life? Fourth, keep your old home. A home is so much more than just four walls and a roof. It's a sanctuary filled with memories, warmth, and a sense of belonging. As we age, that familiar space becomes even more precious. It's where we've spent the majority of our lives, raising families, celebrating milestones, and creating a treasure trove of moments that we hold close to our hearts. For many elderly people, the comfort and reassurance that comes from staying in their long-term home can't be overstated. It's a place where they feel safe, grounded, and stable in a world that often feels like it's changing too fast. However, there's a growing trend where elderly individuals are encouraged by their children to sell their homes. Maybe it's to move in with family or to exchange the property for something new or more modern. While these suggestions may come from a place of love or practicality, they can unintentionally cause feelings of insecurity and upheaval. Imagine the disorientation of leaving behind the home you've known for decades, the one constant in your life, only to face the challenge of adapting to a completely new environment. For many elderly people, this can feel like a loss of control, and it can significantly impact their emotional well-being. There's also a deeper issue at play: independence. Having your own home means having autonomy. It means you're not relying on others for shelter, and it allows you to maintain control over your living situation, which is so closely tied to one's sense of dignity. The saying, "Children are not as good as having your own," speaks to the truth that, while our children's support is invaluable, nothing replaces the comfort of having our own space. Letting go of that space can often feel like giving up a piece of our independence, and for many elderly individuals, that's a price far too high to pay. Staying in a familiar home means staying in control of your own life, feeling safe and settled, and not having to worry about the stress of moving or adjusting to a new place. It's not just about the physical house. It's about preserving the emotional sanctuary that a long-time home provides. For these reasons, elderly people should think long and hard before making any decisions to sell their homes. Even if their children mean well, the comfort, security, and autonomy that come from staying in a familiar place are irreplaceable. And it's important to prioritize these feelings when considering the future. Independence and the stability of your own home should be held on to as tightly as any treasure, because they provide not just a place to live, but a place where your memories, dignity, and peace of mind can continue to thrive. Fifth, don't save too much. For many elderly people, especially those who have lived through tough times, the instinct to save excessively is deeply ingrained. After years of hardship, it becomes second nature to be frugal, to avoid waste at all costs, even if it means eating leftovers or denying themselves the small pleasures in life. They've spent so much of their lives being careful with every penny, always thinking of tomorrow, that they forget that today deserves to be enjoyed too. But old age is a precious time, and it's a time when we should finally allow ourselves to indulge a little and appreciate the rewards of a life well lived. We've worked hard for so many years, and now is the time to savor delicious meals, wear comfortable clothes, and seek out experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. These small pleasures aren't luxuries. They are essential to maintaining happiness and improving our quality of life in our golden years. Excessive savings can come at a cost. The habit of not spending, of cutting corners, can lead to poor health if we settle for food that's no longer fresh or fails to meet our nutritional needs. Our bodies, more than ever, need nourishment and care. It's not a time to be strict with ourselves. It's a time to be kind and generous to ourselves. After all, if we don't allow ourselves to enjoy life now, when will we? There's a beautiful truth in the saying, "Money that comes to nothing cannot be taken away." It reminds us that we can't take our savings or possessions with us when we leave this world. What truly matters is how we live now, the experiences we create, the happiness we feel, and the love we give and receive. Saving for the sake of saving won't bring us peace, but spending wisely, treating ourselves well, and ensuring we live fully in the present, These are the things that will bring us joy and leave a lasting legacy. So, to all those who have spent a lifetime being careful, remember that you've earned the right to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've earned the right to spend on yourself, to savor the good things in life, and to take care of your body and spirit. After all, life is meant to be lived, not saved away for a rainy day that may never come. Spend wisely, live joyfully, and don't let the fear of running out stop you from experiencing the richness of the years you've worked so hard for. 6. Be careful with mobility. Don't climb high. As we grow older, our bodies naturally lose the flexibility and agility we once took for granted. What might have been a simple task in our younger years, like climbing a ladder or stepping onto a high surface, can become incredibly dangerous in old age. Falls are no small matter, especially for the elderly. A single misstep can lead to serious injuries, fractures, or even worse, leaving someone bedridden for the rest of their life. The consequences of such accidents can be devastating, not just physically but emotionally, as they strip away independence and significantly reduce the quality of life. Beyond the physical pain, these accidents can place a tremendous burden on loved ones, especially children. When an elderly parent is injured, it often falls on the family to provide care, which can be both emotionally and physically exhausting. The roles reverse, and suddenly, children find themselves needing to nurse their parents back to health, or even care for them long term. It's heartbreaking for both sides. The parent, who feels like a burden, and the children, who feel the heavy weight of responsibility. All of this can be avoided by taking precautions and recognizing the limitations that come with age. For elderly individuals, it's so important to prioritize careful movement. There's no need to prove that you can still do everything you did in your youth. It's wiser to avoid tasks that require climbing, lifting heavy objects, or anything that demands high physical strength. Instead, delegate those tasks to others or find safer ways to get them done. Furthermore, arranging your living space to be fall-proof is essential. Remove clutter, secure loose rugs, and ensure that any potential tripping hazards are taken care of. Consider installing handrails in areas where extra support is needed, such as in the bathroom or near stairs. Don't shy away from using mobility aids like canes or walkers if they provide stability and safety. There's no shame in seeking assistance. After all, these tools exist to help you live more safely and independently. Staying safe and stable in your movements is key to enjoying a full, healthy life in your later years. By being mindful of your body's limitations and taking steps to prevent accidents, you're not only protecting yourself, but also sparing your loved ones from unnecessary worry and stress. Safety is a gift you give to both yourself and your family. So, move carefully, stay grounded, and ensure that your home is a sanctuary of safety, allowing you to continue enjoying the simple pleasures of life without the fear of injury holding you back. 7th, don't buy too many unnecessary health protection products. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with advertisements for health supplements, miracle cures, and advanced medical devices, all promising to improve our health or even extend our lives. From functional foods to high-tech gadgets, these products are often marketed as must-haves for staying healthy, especially for the elderly. But the harsh reality is that not all of these products live up to their promises. Many are little more than clever marketing ploys, designed to prey on the fears and insecurities of people worried about aging, offering little real benefit. For many elderly individuals, the natural decline in health can make these advertisements especially appealing. It's easy to get swept up in the hope that an expensive supplement or a fancy medical device will restore the vitality of younger years. But this often leads to spending large amounts of money on products that may have no real effect. What's even worse is that this financial drain can create unnecessary pressure, causing stress rather than the peace of mind that these products claim to offer. Instead of falling into the trap of chasing every new health trend, it's far wiser to stick to the basics of what we already know works. A balanced diet rich in nutrients, regular physical activity, and consistent medical checkups are the true keys to maintaining good health as we age. There's no need to rely on expensive and proven products when these simple, time-tested practices are the most effective ways to care for our bodies. Furthermore, by avoiding the temptation to overspend on unnecessary health products, the elderly can protect their financial well-being. This is crucial because, in our later years, every dollar spent should bring real value, whether that's ensuring comfort, security, or genuine health benefits. There's no reason to waste hard-earned money on products that promise the moon, but deliver nothing more than false hope. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In the end, true health doesn't come from a bottle or a device. It comes from making smart, consistent choices about what we eat, how we move, and how we care for ourselves. By focusing on these fundamental aspects of health and avoiding the lure of flashy health trends, elderly people can safeguard both their well-being and their finances. Remember, living well isn't about buying the latest health gimmick. It's about taking care of yourself in ways that truly matter. 8th, don't argue with your spouse in old age. As we grow older, our spouse becomes our closest and most important companion. When our children have grown up and are busy with their own lives, it's our spouse who remains by our side, sharing our daily routines and offering the emotional support we need. In old age, this bond takes on a deeper significance as we rely on each other more than ever before. That's why arguments and conflicts at this stage of life can be so damaging, not only to the relationship but also to our well-being. Arguing with your spouse, especially during the golden years, can lead to emotional wounds that are harder to heal. It creates unnecessary tension, anxiety, and stress, which can negatively impact both your health and your mood. The peace and joy that should come with old age are disrupted when conflict enters the relationship, making it harder to enjoy the simple pleasures of life together. As we age, the emotional connection with our spouse becomes even more precious. This person is not only your partner in life, but also your source of comfort, support, and stability in a world that is constantly changing. Instead of allowing small disagreements to escalate, it's important to practice tolerance, patience, and understanding. Old age brings its own set of challenges, health issues, changes in lifestyle, and sometimes even feelings of loneliness. Having a spouse to lean on during these times is a blessing. By choosing to communicate with kindness and resolve conflicts peacefully, you strengthen the bond that has carried you through the years and ensure that your later years are filled with harmony. The saying old couples are like soulmates couldn't be more true. After so many years together, your spouse is the person who knows you best, who understands your fears and joys, and who has walked beside you through life's ups and downs. In old age, this connection becomes even more profound. Arguing only detracts from the love and companionship that has been built over a lifetime. Instead, it's important to cherish the time you have left together, nurturing the relationship with love, patience, and compassion. Maintaining a harmonious relationship with your spouse in old age brings peace and contentment to both partners. It creates a sense of stability and warmth that helps the years pass by with joy and fulfillment. After all, your spouse is the person who will accompany you through the final chapters of life, and ensuring that these years are filled with mutual respect and understanding will lead to a happier, more peaceful journey together. 9th, if you're lonely, don't remarry. Remarrying in old age is a significant decision, and it's often far more complex than it seems. While the idea of finding companionship later in life may seem appealing, it's important to recognize that marital relationships after remarriage often come with their own set of challenges. Both individuals have already lived their own lives, developed their habits, and adjusted to their routines, making it harder to blend lives harmoniously. Unlike younger marriages, where couples grow and adapt together, remarriages in old age can feel like merging two separate worlds, each with its history, baggage, and expectations. One of the most common sources of tension in these later life unions is conflict over finances and children from previous marriages. Financial disagreements can arise, as each partner may have different priorities or concerns about how to manage their assets. Additionally, relationships with adult children can become strained, especially if there are inheritance concerns or if one family feels overlooked. These issues can create stress and lead to unnecessary arguments, which may rob the couple of the joy and companionship they originally sought. In some cases, remarriage can indeed bring happiness and a sense of fulfillment. It can provide much-needed companionship, a partner to share life's moments with, and someone to lean on during difficult times. But for many, remarriage later in life can become a source of ongoing stress and tension, turning what should be a peaceful time into one filled with frustration and emotional turmoil. The difficulties of adjusting to a new marriage may outweigh the benefits, and loneliness might be better addressed in other ways. Rather than rushing into a new marriage to fill the void of loneliness, elderly individuals can find joy and comfort through other relationships. Friends, grandchildren, and community involvement can all bring meaning and happiness to life without the added complexities of a new marriage. Social connections are incredibly valuable in old age, and they offer companionship and emotional support without the potential for the financial or familial conflicts that often accompany remarriage. Ultimately, the decision to remarry should be made with great care. It's important to reflect deeply on whether the relationship is based on genuine love, understanding, and mutual respect, or if it's simply a reaction to the fear of being alone. Loneliness is difficult, but it can be managed in ways that bring peace and joy without rushing into a marriage, which could bring more stress than happiness. Make sure that if you choose to remarry, it's a decision rooted in true emotion and shared values, rather than a hurried response to loneliness. 10th, don't go to nursing homes. While nursing homes can be a solution for some elderly individuals who require specialized care, they are not always the best option, especially when it comes to emotional well-being. As we age and our ability to care for ourselves diminishes, the thought of moving into a nursing home may arise. However, many elderly people find that life in these facilities brings with it a sense of loneliness and isolation. The walls of a nursing home, though designed to provide care, often lack the warmth and comfort of a familiar home filled with memories. Living in a nursing home can strip away the sense of belonging that many elderly people crave in their later years. Being separated from loved ones and placed in an unfamiliar environment can make one feel disconnected, as if they've been removed from the life they once knew. Relying on strangers for daily care, no matter how well-intentioned, can also feel disheartening, leading to feelings of helplessness, depression, and a deep sense of sadness. The loss of independence and the realization that life has come to a point of such dependence can weigh heavily on the heart. On the other hand, staying in your own home, where every corner holds memories and where you're surrounded by the love and comfort of family, offers a far greater sense of safety and emotional well-being. There's an undeniable peace in being close to those you love, in waking up to familiar sights and sounds, and in continuing to live a life that feels your own. Even when physical limitations arise, there are alternatives to nursing homes, such as hiring a caregiver, who can provide the needed support without uprooting you from your cherished home. Moreover, nursing homes, while intended to offer care, don't always guarantee the level of attention or quality that elderly individuals deserve. There are stories of people feeling neglected or even mistreated in these institutions. The lack of personal one-on-one care can leave residents feeling abandoned, forgotten, or invisible. It's heartbreaking to think that, after a lifetime of contributing to society and raising families, anyone should feel like they've been pushed aside in their final years. If there is a way to remain in the comfort of your own home, surrounded by the love and support of family or caregivers, it's worth exploring every possible avenue to make that happen. Living at home, even with assistance, preserves a sense of dignity and autonomy that nursing homes often cannot provide. After all, the peace of mind that comes from being in a familiar, loving environment is priceless. So, before considering a nursing home, remember that the best care isn't always found in a facility. It's often found in the heart of a home filled with love, memories, and the warmth of family. 11th, relationships with co-workers and friends will fade when retired. As we retire and step away from the world of work, it's natural for the relationships we have with co-workers and friends in our professional lives to slowly diminish. Life moves on. People pursue different paths, and the connections that once seemed so central to our daily lives may no longer hold the same significance. This fading of old friendships and work relationships is a part of the natural rhythm of life. It's not that these bonds no longer have value. They will always hold a special place in our hearts. But it's important to recognize that everything has its time, and clinging to the past can only create unnecessary pain and frustration. The people who once stood by our side in work or school eventually drift away, not out of malice, but simply because life pulls us in different directions. Rather than dwelling on the distance that grows between us, it's far more empowering to embrace this change with grace. Elderly individuals, especially, should focus on the meaningful relationships that exist in the present. Relationships that still offer love, support, and companionship. Family, close friends, or even new friendships forged in later life can bring much more fulfillment and joy than holding on to connections that have run their course. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting or devaluing those experiences. Instead, it's about recognizing that every chapter of life comes to an end, and being at peace with this reality helps ease the transition into old age. By releasing the need to maintain fading relationships, elderly people can reduce stress and avoid the feelings of disappointment that often accompany unmet expectations. This mental clarity opens up space for nurturing deeper, more meaningful connections with those who truly matter in the present. Focusing on relationships that bring joy now also allows for the creation of a peaceful and happy old age. Spending time with loved ones who are present and who support and care for you ensures that your later years are filled with warmth, love, and companionship. It's these relationships that will carry you through the years, bringing happiness and contentment far beyond the fleeting connections of the past. Accepting that some relationships fade with time is not a loss, but rather a part of life's beautiful journey. By letting go and choosing to live fully in the present, elderly individuals can build a life that is rich in love, peace, and true connection. 12th, if you don't understand something clearly, leave it for tomorrow. As we age, life can still present us with challenges and complex situations that are difficult to navigate. It's natural for elderly people to feel worried or stressed when confronted with problems they can't immediately solve. However, it's important to remember that not every issue needs an immediate resolution. Rushing to find a solution can sometimes create more confusion and anxiety. The saying, "the cart will go before the horse," serves as a gentle reminder that timing is everything. When faced with a difficult or unclear problem, it's often better to take a step back and give yourself time to process things. Allowing a situation to unfold naturally without forcing a quick fix can often lead to a clearer, more thoughtful solution. Sometimes, what seems overwhelming today might feel much more manageable after a good night's rest or a moment of calm reflection. Maintaining a calm, steady mindset is crucial, especially in old age when excessive stress can take a toll on both mental and physical health. The body doesn't recover from stress as easily as it once did, and constantly worrying can drain energy and wear down the spirit. By taking a break and not allowing the pressure to overwhelm you, you create space for clarity to emerge, allowing you to approach the problem with a fresh perspective. Instead of worrying over things that aren't immediately clear, elderly people should embrace the wisdom of patience. Relax, rest, and permit yourself to leave unresolved issues for tomorrow. In doing so, you protect your health, both mentally and physically, and make life feel a little lighter and less burdensome. Taking time before making decisions often leads to better outcomes and a more peaceful mind, which is key to enjoying the later years of life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Learning to let go of the need to solve everything immediately and trusting that clarity will come with time helps reduce stress and ensures that you're taking care of yourself. After all, in old age, peace of mind and physical well-being are the greatest gifts you can give yourself. So, if something isn't clear today, set it aside and trust that tomorrow will bring the insight you need. 13th, don't boast about your assets to relatives. Money and assets have always been delicate subjects, and this is especially true within the circle of family and close relatives. While it might seem harmless to share your financial success, boasting about your assets can easily lead to jealousy, resentment, and even conflict. No matter how close the relationship may seem, when wealth becomes a topic of discussion, it can sometimes change the dynamics of that bond, causing unnecessary tension. The saying, "Don't reveal your wealth," is a timeless piece of wisdom that serves as a reminder to keep your financial matters private, particularly when it comes to family. When money is placed at the forefront of conversations, it can distort the emotional connection between relatives. People who once seemed supportive may suddenly develop feelings of envy or greed, and what was once a harmonious relationship may begin to unravel. It's disheartening to think that wealth can come between family members, but it's a reality that many people face. For elderly individuals, it's even more important to be mindful of this. As we age, protecting our peace of mind and preserving family relationships should be a priority. Boasting about assets not only risks stirring up jealousy, but can also lead to misunderstandings or disputes over inheritance or financial support. These conflicts can create lasting rifts in families, turning moments of joy and connection into sources of stress and division. Instead of drawing attention to your wealth, it's wise to keep your assets private and only share information with those who genuinely need to know, such as trusted advisors or loved ones directly involved in managing your affairs. By doing so, you not only safeguard your financial security, but also maintain the integrity of your family relationships. Keeping finances discreet helps ensure that interactions with relatives remain focused on genuine connection rather than being clouded by money. In the end, protecting your assets isn't just about shielding your wealth. It's about preserving the purity of your relationships. Money can complicate even the closest of bonds, but by choosing to keep your financial matters private, you will avoid misunderstandings, jealousy, and unnecessary conflict. This allows for a more peaceful, harmonious life, where family ties remain strong and untainted by material concerns. 14th, maintain good relationships with neighbors. The old saying, "Good neighbors are better than gold and silver," carries a profound truth, especially for the elderly. As we grow older, we tend to spend more time at home, and the importance of a strong connection with the community around us becomes increasingly clear. Having good relationships with your neighbors can be one of the greatest sources of support and comfort in your later years. When emergencies arise, it's often the neighbors who are closest and can respond the fastest. Whether it's calling emergency services when you've had an accident or offering help with small, everyday tasks like locking the door or carrying groceries, a caring neighbor can be a lifeline. Knowing that there are people nearby who are willing to step in and help during difficult moments provides a sense of security and peace of mind. But beyond the practical support, good neighbors can also contribute significantly to your emotional well-being. A simple greeting, a kind smile, or the occasional friendly chat can brighten your day and ease feelings of loneliness. The sense of belonging to a harmonious, friendly community can lift your spirits and make your home environment more joyful. In old age, when social interactions may become less, having a good relationship with your neighbors can be a crucial source of companionship and positivity. Building these relationships doesn't require grand gestures. A warm hello, offering to help with small tasks, or simply taking the time to listen can create bonds that are both meaningful and lasting. For elderly individuals, nurturing these connections can help prevent feelings of isolation while creating a safety net of people who care and are willing to offer assistance when needed. Living in isolation can take a toll on both mental and physical health. But by fostering a positive relationship with those around you, you can add joy, companionship, and a sense of community to your daily life. The support of good neighbors can make your home feel even more like a sanctuary, where you feel secure and connected to the world around you. And in return, you can bring the same sense of warmth and care to your neighbors, making your entire community a better place to live. 15th, go outside and turn on all lights. As we age, our health and physical flexibility naturally decline, and one of the most noticeable changes is our ability to see clearly in low-light conditions. Moving around in the dark, even in familiar surroundings, becomes riskier and can easily lead to unwanted accidents like tripping, bumping into objects, or worse, suffering serious injuries from a fall. For elderly individuals, the consequences of a fall can be severe. A simple trip can result in fractures, particularly to the hips or legs, which can lead to long-term health complications, including reduced mobility or even paralysis. These injuries not only affect physical well-being, but can also take an emotional toll, as they may lead to increased dependence on others or, in extreme cases, permanent immobility. This is why it is so important to take extra precautions, especially when moving around in the dark. To minimize these risks, elderly people should always ensure proper lighting when navigating their surroundings, particularly at night or in dim conditions. Whether it's turning on lights in the hallway, outdoor paths, or common areas of the home, adequate lighting is a simple yet essential step in preventing accidents. If you need to go outside in the evening or venture into a darker area, carrying a flashlight or using a mobile phone's light feature can provide additional safety and peace of mind. Such precautions may seem small, but they make a significant difference in maintaining safety and reducing the risk of accidents. Beyond avoiding physical injuries, having proper lighting also creates a sense of security and confidence when moving around, knowing that you can see clearly and react to any potential hazards. Paying attention to these details is a practical way for elderly individuals to protect their health and well-being. By ensuring that there's always sufficient lighting, you can prevent injuries and maintain your independence, allowing for a safer, more comfortable daily life. After all, taking these small steps can make a big impact on preserving your safety and peace of mind as you age. 16th, don't eat too many fatty and salty foods. As we age, the impact of diet on our health becomes even more profound. Foods rich in fat, salt, or saturated fats may have once been enjoyable, but in old age, they can pose serious risks to our well-being. These types of foods significantly increase the chances of developing cardiovascular diseases, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Conditions that become harder to manage as the body's resilience declines with age. The digestive system of elderly individuals is also more sensitive and less efficient than it used to be. Eating fatty or salty foods, which are harder to digest, can lead to uncomfortable issues like bloating and indigestion, and can even worsen chronic illnesses that are already present. When the body struggles to process heavy meals, it not only affects immediate comfort, but can also strain vital organs, making existing health conditions more difficult to control. To support overall health and well-being in old age, it's crucial to prioritize a balanced diet. Filling your plate with plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins provides the body with essential nutrients while being gentle on the digestive system. These nutrient-rich foods promote better health, strengthen the immune system, and help manage weight, which is key to preventing age-related illnesses. Not only are they easier to digest, but they also contribute to maintaining energy levels, promoting healthy skin, and supporting overall vitality. In addition to focusing on nutritious foods, it's equally important to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Dehydration is a common issue among the elderly, and maintaining proper hydration is essential for the body's basic functions. Limiting the intake of sugary sodas, alcoholic beverages, and overly processed foods is also critical, as these can contribute to further health complications and lead to unnecessary weight gain or metabolic issues. Listening to your body and adjusting your diet accordingly is one of the best ways to ensure long-term health and happiness. By making thoughtful choices and steering clear of too many fatty or salty foods, elderly individuals can enjoy a more comfortable, energetic, and healthier old age. Remember, the goal is to nourish the body with care, allowing you to continue living well and enjoying life to the fullest. 17th, don't compare yourself to others. It's natural to compare yourself to those around you. We've all done it at some point in our lives. But as you grow older, continuously measuring yourself against others can lead to nothing but disappointment and unhappiness. Everyone's journey is different. We each live under unique circumstances with different challenges, abilities, and paths. Holding yourself to someone else's standards will only cause unnecessary frustration. Aging brings inevitable changes, whether it's to your health, finances, or living situation. If you constantly compare yourself to those who seem to have more money, better health, or a more exciting lifestyle, you'll only feel sad, questioning why your life doesn't measure up. This habit of comparison can erode your self-worth and make you feel as though you haven't lived well enough or achieved enough. But there's a much healthier, more peaceful alternative. Focus on accepting and appreciating the life you have. True happiness comes from within, not from outside comparisons. When you begin to take joy in the small moments, the warmth of a loving relationship, the satisfaction of a life well lived, the beauty in simple, everyday experiences, you will discover that your life is rich in ways that may not always be visible on the surface. Celebrating what you've achieved and being grateful for what you have will fill your heart far more than constantly wishing you had what someone else does. At this stage of life, it's especially important to embrace your unique journey. Think about the relationships you've built, the milestones you've reached, and the lessons you've learned. Reflect on the resilience you've shown through life's ups and downs. These are the true markers of success, far more valuable than the superficial comparisons we make to others. Remember that happiness doesn't come from comparing yourself to someone else's life. It comes from accepting and loving your own. The more you focus on the positives in your world, the more joy and peace you'll find in your later years. Life is too short to spend it wishing for what others have. Instead, treasure what's yours and find contentment in the unique beauty of your own life. 18th, don't overeat. The wisdom in the saying, eat just enough to be full, sleep long to live long, highlights the importance of moderation, particularly in the food we consume. Overeating not only burdens the digestive system, forcing it to work harder than necessary, but it also leads to uncomfortable issues like bloating, indigestion, and over time, more serious health problems such as stomach, liver, and cardiovascular issues. This is especially true for elderly individuals, whose digestive and metabolic systems have naturally slowed down with age. As we age, our bodies are less efficient at processing large meals. Overeating doesn't just make the body feel sluggish and heavy. It also increases the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and digestive disorders. The excess strain placed on the digestive system can lead to discomfort, poor nutrient absorption, and even exacerbate existing health problems. Instead of enjoying food, overeating makes meals feel like a challenge for the body to overcome. Elderly individuals can benefit immensely from mindful eating habits. Eating just enough to feel satisfied, not stuffed, helps maintain energy levels without overwhelming the body. Dividing meals into smaller portions throughout the day, rather than eating large, heavy meals, supports digestion and ensures that the body receives a steady supply of nutrients. Focusing on nutrient-dense, low-calorie foods like vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains provides the energy and nourishment needed without the risks associated with overeating. Another great habit to adopt is taking a gentle walk after meals. This simple practice aids digestion, reduces the risk of fat accumulation, and promotes overall well-being. Walking after eating also enhances circulation, which can be particularly beneficial for elderly individuals who may struggle with slow digestion or feel weighed down after meals. By controlling food intake and embracing healthier eating habits, elderly people can protect their digestive system, reduce the risk of chronic diseases, and enjoy a longer, healthier life. Eating in moderation, combined with other mindful lifestyle choices, allows you to savor life's pleasures without sacrificing your health. In the end, it's about quality, not quantity, both in the food we eat and in the life we live. 19th, don't let negative emotions harm your health. Negative emotions such as anxiety, anger, and sadness can have a devastating impact on both mental and physical well-being. It's no secret that our emotional state plays a significant role in our overall health. Studies show that up to 95% of illnesses are linked to prolonged exposure to negative emotions or stress. The connection between the mind and body is powerful, and allowing negative emotions to take over can lead to serious health consequences. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. When we're angry or anxious, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which, over time, can wreak havoc on the cardiovascular system, nervous system, and immune system. For elderly people who may already be dealing with health challenges, this added stress can accelerate the deterioration of the body. Life in old age often brings changes that can trigger negative emotions, declining health, the loss of loved ones, loneliness, or financial worries. These feelings can spiral into anxiety, depression, or hopelessness if not properly managed. But here's the important thing. While life will always have its challenges, you don't have to let negative emotions dominate your spirit. Learning to control your mood is essential for maintaining your health. There are many ways to combat the harmful effects of stress and negativity. Activities such as meditation, yoga, and breathing exercises can calm the mind, helping you regain a sense of inner peace. Walking outdoors and soaking in the beauty of nature can refresh your spirit and brighten your outlook on life. Social activities, whether it's spending time with loved ones, joining a club, or volunteering, can provide a sense of connection and purpose, which helps counter loneliness and negative thoughts. Maintaining a cheerful attitude is not just about feeling good emotionally. It's one of the best ways to protect your physical health as well. A positive mindset reduces the production of stress hormones and promotes the release of endorphins, which are the body's natural mood boosters. By nurturing a joyful spirit, you not only make yourself feel more alive and engaged with the world, but you also actively support your body's health. In old age, this kind of emotional resilience can be the key to enjoying a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Remember, the best medicine doesn't always come from a pill or a doctor's office. Sometimes it comes from within by fostering a positive outlook, letting go of negative emotions, and focusing on the beauty and joy that life still has to offer. 20th, exercise appropriately for your body. Exercise is often hailed as a miracle cure for both physical and mental well-being, and it truly is. However, not all types of exercise are created equal, especially for the elderly. The unfortunate truth is that choosing the wrong exercise can lead to unwanted injuries, especially when the body is no longer as strong or resilient as it once was. One wrong move, and you might find yourself in pain or even facing long-term damage, which is something no one wants. For seniors, it's crucial to focus on gentle, low-impact activities that nurture the body rather than strain it. Exercise is like walking through a serene park, practicing the calming stretches of yoga, flowing through the meditative motions of Tai Chi, or leisurely swimming in the water can do wonders for maintaining flexibility and strength. These activities are gentle on the joints and muscles, ensuring that you stay active without risking injury. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to avoid those nagging aches and pains that come from overdoing it? But here's the key: consistency. No matter how gentle the exercise, it's crucial to keep up a routine. Skipping workouts may feel like a small thing, but over time, it can take a toll. Regular exercise is a gift to yourself, improving your cardiovascular health, lowering blood pressure, and even giving your immune system a much-needed boost. It can help ward off chronic diseases and, perhaps most importantly, elevate your mood. On days when life feels overwhelming, a gentle walk or a few minutes of yoga can be the breath of fresh air your mind and spirit need. Most importantly, listen to your body. It will tell you what feels right and what doesn't. By finding the exercise that suits your unique needs, you're not just staying active. You're ensuring that you live longer, healthier, and with a quality of life that allows you to truly enjoy every precious moment. Let exercise be your daily reminder that you are investing in your future self, one movement at a time. 21. Don't neglect health care. At 21, it's easy to feel invincible, like your body will always keep up with your desires and plans. But don't make the mistake of neglecting your health. Your health is the most invaluable treasure you possess, far more precious than money, success, or any material thing you might chase. As you grow older, every bit of neglect you showed toward your health in your younger years has the potential to manifest in ways you might not anticipate. And often, the consequences are severe. It's heartbreaking to see people reach their later years and regret not prioritizing their well-being sooner. Regular health checkups, nourishing your body with the right foods, and embracing a consistent exercise routine are not just suggestions. They are lifelines to a longer, fuller life. Even the small signs, like a dull ache in your back, constant fatigue, or changes in your mood, are your body's whispers, pleading for attention. Ignoring them could allow bigger problems to creep in, problems that may have been easily preventable. But healthcare is not just about your physical body. Your mental and emotional well-being are equally important. Pay attention to your sleep, because restful nights lead to clearer, brighter days. Learn how to reduce stress. It's a silent killer, a heavy burden that slowly erodes your peace. And always nurture a positive mindset. A joyful heart is as essential to your well-being as a strong body. Imagine how wonderful it would be to reach your older years, not just existing, but truly thriving. Able to enjoy every moment, every loved one, every new experience. Taking care of yourself today is an investment in a future where you can live with joy and dignity. Trust me, your future self will thank you for every bit of care you give now, because a healthy, happy life is the greatest gift you can give yourself. 22. Don't neglect sleep. Sleep isn't just a luxury. It's a lifeline, especially as we age. We've all heard the saying, elderly people sleep poorly. And unfortunately, there's truth in that. As the years go by, sleep often becomes elusive. Night seems shorter and the quality of sleep diminishes. This can be heartbreaking for those who once enjoyed the comfort of deep, restful slumber. But here's the thing. Sleep is essential. Without it, the body struggles to function properly. Lack of sleep isn't just about feeling a little tired. It can lead to serious health problems. Memory starts to fade, fatigue sets in, stress levels rise, and worst of all, the risk of dangerous conditions like cardiovascular diseases and strokes increases. It's terrifying to think that something as simple as sleep can have such a profound impact on our lives. Yet it's the reality many elderly people face. Waking up multiple times throughout the night due to health issues like nocturia, body aches, or racing thoughts only adds to the struggle. Despite these challenges, sleep remains crucial for health. It's during those precious hours of rest that the body regenerates energy, heals itself, and restores the mind. The feeling of waking up refreshed with renewed strength is a gift we must treasure. Elderly individuals need to be even more mindful of their daily habits. Setting regular sleep and wake-up times, avoiding large meals or caffeine before bed, and creating a peaceful, quiet environment can make all the difference. On a personal note, I can't stress enough how vital it is to nurture this aspect of health. Life is stressful enough without adding sleepless nights into the mix. Relaxation routines before bed, reading a soothing book, listening to calming music, or practicing gentle meditation are more than just indulgences. They are acts of self-care. These simple rituals allow the body and mind to slip into a deeper, more restorative sleep, which is nothing short of magical for mental and physical well-being. In the end, taking care of sleep is about valuing yourself. It's about recognizing that you deserve to feel rested, rejuvenated, and ready to face each new day with a clear mind and a strong body. So please, never neglect your sleep. It's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. 23. Don't forget that health is the most important asset. When we are young, we often take our health for granted, treating it as if it will always be there, strong and reliable. It's only as we age that we begin to truly understand just how precious our health is. As the body becomes less resilient, the realization sets in no amount of money, fame, or success can replace the value of good health. All the wealth in the world becomes meaningless if you don't have the physical strength and vitality to enjoy it. Health is a foundation upon which everything else rests. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 5 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Your health is the key that allows you to live life fully, joyfully, and independently as you grow older. It's important to prioritize it by adopting a healthy lifestyle that includes balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and routine medical checkups. Paying attention to your mental health is equally important. Keeping a cheerful, optimistic spirit can have profound effects on your overall well-being. This combination of physical and mental care ensures that you can continue to enjoy life's moments, free from unnecessary pain or limitations. Caring for your health requires diligence and awareness. Don't ignore your body's signals. Those small aches or unusual symptoms could be warning signs that need attention. It's easy to put off taking care of ourselves, but remember that time catches up to everyone, and taking preventative steps now will save you from more serious issues later on. Whether it's getting enough sleep, managing stress, or staying active, each of these habits contributes to building a healthier, longer life. No matter how much material wealth you accumulate, it's your health that determines how much you'll truly be able to enjoy it. A healthy body allows you to live longer, yes, but it also dramatically improves the quality of those years. By investing in your physical and mental health, you're investing in your happiness, your ability to move through the world with ease, and your freedom to continue doing the things you love. Thank you for joining us as we explore these 23 valuable pieces of advice for living a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life in old age. We hope these insights have given you a new perspective on how to care for yourself, protect your well-being, and find joy in every day. What have you learned from this video? We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with one thing you've learned and plan to put into practice in your own life. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more helpful content. Stay healthy, stay happy, and take care of yourself.